just as a little bit of conclusion, I want a Christian man just to make a quick point, Christian man, my friend, and then Ali. I did say that you could come in, but there's so many offshoots of questions because we really want to get to the nitty gritty of that. So, Christian man, what are your final observations of what you've heard so far before Ali comes in?
Yeah, it's just very clear that they have this Trinity that they have to patch together. So they're going to try to make Jesus raise himself from the dead. You know, it's damage control. They have a doctrine that nobody in the entire gospel ever speaks of. You'll never find in the Old Testament God ever saying to worship God the Son, or the Jews worshiping a triune God. You'll never find Christ or anybody in the gospel trying to make the case that God is a three-person being. Not once does God ever suggest that he is a three-person being. Jesus doesn't teach this. The apostles don't teach it. We're never told to believe in this or preach it to anybody. So what these people have done is they bought into the lies and the deceptions of the later traditions of men. This is exactly what the gospel warns us about. And now they're trying to say things like he was fully God and he was fully man. He was a full human being, but he was also fully God. That's not biblical. It's a contradiction. If you're fully man, if you're anthropos, you're a member of the human race. You begin life here on earth. You don't come down from the sky, enter into a woman, and then become a man. Okay, that's not what a human is. So when I dialogue with Trinitarians, they redefine words. Words no longer have meaning anymore, so they can make things up. Doesn't matter what they say. Fully God, fully man, you know, fully baby, fully God. You might as well say that God is a peanut at this point, right? It's make believe. So what I've gathered is, yes, when they have a Trinity, they always have to fit things together. Well, Jesus has to raise himself from the dead. So they will twist agurio. I challenge anybody, go to Google, type in John 2:19, go to interlinear. I'm looking at it right now. The Greek on this literally means to rise up. It doesn't say, I will raise it up. Agurio does not include, I will raise it up again. Okay, the Greek literally means, in tris he mira agurio otos. It means that I will rise up again, not I will raise it up again. So if I click on it and I look at all the other instances, Joseph awoke. Okay, this is literally what it means, agurio. He got up, he arose. Joseph got up, he arose, he arose. Joseph got up, he rose up, he came up, he got up, right? I rise, he got up, he got up. Have risen, got up, got up, got up. All the other instances of agurio simply means to rise up. So destroy this temple in 3 days and I will rise up again. Not I will raise it up again. That's not in the Greek, okay? So even when they quote scripture like this, it's not accurate. But they have to fabricate things to fit their false Trinity. This is something that nobody in the gospel. Chris says, I will teach you the Trinity. You can see him. Well, obviously I didn't pay attention because I was a Trinitarian, but I didn't understand it. Well, yeah, because it's not in the gospel. I know people 20, 30 years that have no clue of the Trinity, and they read the Bible every single day. In fact, James White said, if we tested, 80% of Trinitarians would test modalistic because they have no clue of the Trinity. That's why he wrote the book, The Forgotten Trinity, because Christians, even though they were going to their Bibles religiously day after day, they had no understanding of it. Okay, so what does this tell you? It tells you that people like Chris will show you the Trinity. They'll teach it to you, but they can't ever show you in the gospel where Jesus or the apostles or anybody tries to make the case for this. So should I trust Chris, who wants to tell you about the Trinity and wants to teach it to you, and people that go to seminaries and religious schools to learn about it? Or should I go to the simple readings of the gospel and Christ and the apostles? I have to stick and I have to choose a narrow path of what was taught, not something that was never taught in the gospel. It's serious stuff. So I got to stick with Jesus and the apostles on this. Thanks.